The small, sleepy town of Brimwood was not known for its diversity or open-mindedness. Anna Caldwell, a young white woman, had been the town's golden girl, cheer captain, straight-A student, and the daughter of a respected pastor. But her world turned upside down when she fell in love with Michael, a kind, ambitious black man who had moved to town for a job opportunity. Their romance wasn't easy, but they loved each other deeply. Against all odds, they stayed together and eventually had a daughter, Layla. Layla was born with her father's striking features: rich brown skin, dark curly hair, and deep soulful eyes. But instead of being proud of her child, Anna struggled to bond with her. Anna's insecurities, fueled by the town's judgmental whispers, began to fester. The more Layla resembled Michael, the more Anna saw the life she had lost, the friends who stopped calling, the church community that turned its back, and the strained relationship with her parents. When Layla was 3, Michael tragically passed away in a car accident, leaving Anna alone with her daughter. Grief consumed her, and the weight of raising a child who reminded her of Michael became unbearable. One day, Anna made a decision she would regret for the rest of her life. She left Layla with Michael's sister Gloria and disappeared. Gloria was a fierce, loving woman who stepped in as Layla's guardian without hesitation. She raised Layla in a lively, supportive community where Layla grew up surrounded by love and culture. But as Layla grew older, she began to ask questions. Why didn't my mom want me? Where did she go? Was it because of me? Despite Gloria's reassurances, Layla carried the scars of abandonment. At school, she often felt out of place, not quite fitting in with the other kids. Teachers described her as quiet and reserved, but Gloria knew better. Layla was holding back, afraid to get too close to anyone. By the time Layla was a teenager, her pain had transformed into determination. She excelled in academics, pouring herself into her studies and extracurriculars. Her dream was to become a lawyer, to fight for people who, like her, felt discarded or unseen. Gloria always encouraged her, but deep down, Layla wanted her mother's validation. She wondered if Anna ever thought about her. Did she regret leaving, or had she moved on completely? Anna's life after abandoning Layla was far from the picture-perfect fantasy she had envisioned. She moved to a nearby city, hoping to start fresh. But no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't escape her guilt. She found a job as a secretary and eventually married a man named David, a kind but reserved man who worked as an accountant. They had 2 children together, Emily and Sam, and for a while Anna pretended to have the life she always wanted. But in quiet moments when she looked at her children, she couldn't ignore the ache in her heart for the daughter she left behind. One day, Anna stumbled across an old box of photos while cleaning out the attic. Among the pictures was a photo of Michael holding baby Layla, both smiling brightly. Anna sat down on the dusty floor, tears streaming down her face. The memory of leaving Layla behind hit her like a tidal wave. David found her sitting there and asked what was wrong. For the first time, Anna told him the truth about her past. David, though shocked, encouraged her to find Layla. "You can't undo what happened," he said gently, "but you can try to make it right." With his support, Anna decided to search for her daughter. Layla was 22, freshly graduated from law school, and working at a nonprofit organization dedicated to civil rights. She had worked hard to build a life she was proud of, but there was still a void in her heart where her mother's love should have been. One day, Layla received an email from an unfamiliar address. The subject line read, "From your mother." Her hands trembled as she opened it. The email was long, filled with apologies and explanations. Anna wrote about her struggles, her regrets, and her desperate hope for forgiveness. She asked if they could meet, promising to respect Layla's decision if she said no. Layla didn't respond immediately. She spent days wrestling with her emotions, anger, sadness, and a flicker of curiosity. Ultimately, she agreed to meet, not for Anna's sake, but for her own closure. They met at a quiet cafe on the outskirts of town. When Anna saw Layla, she barely recognized the poised, confident young woman before her. Layla looked so much like Michael that Anna's chest tightened. The conversation was awkward at first, filled with hesitant apologies and guarded responses. But as they talked, the walls began to come down. Layla shared her pain and how her abandonment had shaped her. Anna listened, tears streaming down her face, and promised to do whatever it took to earn Layla's trust. Rebuilding their relationship wasn't easy. Layla set boundaries, making it clear that forgiveness wouldn't come overnight. Anna respected her wishes, reaching out slowly and consistently. She attended Layla's nonprofit events, supporting her work and learning about the issues that mattered to her daughter. Over time, Anna began to see Layla not just as the child she left behind, but as a strong, compassionate woman who had overcome unimaginable challenges. And Layla, though cautious, began to see Anna's efforts as genuine. One day during a community event, Layla gave a speech about her journey. She talked about the pain of being abandoned, but also about the power of resilience and forgiveness. As she spoke, she looked directly at Anna, her voice steady and full of emotion. "Sometimes life gives you a second chance," she said, "and it's up to you whether you take it or not." After the event, Anna approached Layla, tears in her eyes. "I'm so proud of you," she said. Layla smiled, the first genuine smile she had given her mother in years. "Thank you, Mom," she said softly. From that moment, their relationship began to heal. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Anna made a promise to herself and to Layla that she would never take her daughter for granted again. Years later, when Layla received an award for her work in civil rights, Anna was there, cheering the loudest. She had gone from a woman consumed by guilt and regret to a mother determined to make things right. And Layla, once a little girl abandoned and heartbroken, had grown into a beacon of strength, showing the world that even the deepest wounds could lead to powerful transformations.